This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
I mean, without Robin Benton, we knew when we walked in and saw her in street clothes, that completely changed our game plan. You don't, expect them to be without their leading scorer. I know that was a problem for them. It allowed us defensively, I think, to establish the tone very early with her out of the game. She's a great player. She's been a tremendous player in our league and for them. So I hope she gets back as soon as she can. I don't know the extent of the injury. It was a surprise to us as it was. But I thought our kids didn't fall for the old banana and tailpipe trick, as they say in Beverly Hills Cop. I've been a part of a lot of teams whose best player didn't dress out and they let down and they would lose the game. So I'm glad our veterans didn't allow that to happen. And then as a result, like I said, I think our defense was the difference early, and our offense kind of caught up as the game went along.
Question. It felt like obviously you just put it in the basket on you guys.
Yeah.
What do you feel like your defense is doing so well out there?
I think they were keeping them from getting it to their usual spots. Obviously when Benton's out there, you can't help as much. We were able to put Saylor kind of as a basket protector and a little bit of, just challenge it just a little bit more. And then Blair gets 2 quick fouls. I mean, let's not discount the fact that not only did Robin not play, we put that inbounds play in specifically to draw a foul. And we got that second quick foul on her. And I thought her not playing, well, obviously she came back in the second quarter and sparked him going into so I'd like to tell you it was our defense. And maybe it is. I do think we played hard and I think we tried to execute, but you're missing two of your big ammunitions there too. So I'm not gonna over pat ourselves on the back. But I do think we played really hard. We rebounded it really well for us. To be even with a team like Kentucky, and then to, not turn it over. I think they averaged forcing 24, 25, and we only turned it over 19, and a bunch of those were late. So I thought we managed the day. We got our butts kicked on Thursday. Seems like forever. Seems like it was forever ago by LSU. I was really interested to see how we would travel. So in this league, if you let your loss on Thursday affect you on Sunday, you're in trouble. I didn't think we did that.
Like, what's it say about your team? You've lost 3 in a row, especially the overtime game in South Florida at home.
Yeah.
And then to come here, and then you're better players making 6 points.
Yeah.
And then you 20 points.
That we do have some balance, and we did get a little bit of maturity, and that schedule was the right thing to do. I think us learning what it was like. I mean, again, I think a lot of people are going to go 0-3 against LSU, Creighton, or LSU, Oregon, and South Florida. I really think a lot of people would go 0-3 there, but we scheduled it going into this league, knowing exactly 6 years now as a head coach in this league and the other 4 years as an assistant in the league. If you're not ready on day one, this league gobbles you up. And that schedule can turn on you, and it can go from 1 to 4 to 5 to 8, and your season's over before January's done. So we put our schedule together so that leading into Christmas, we would have at Creighton, San Diego, where we knew we were going to play 2 tournament teams no matter what, because we saw the schedule with LSU starting off. We didn't know that one at the time because that comes out late, but when it came out, I'm like, oh, great, now 4 ranked teams in a row. But I do think it will tell our kids that this is why we did what we did, and it kind of justifies that a little bit. But our kids have really done a good job of buying into that the wins and losses will take care of themselves if you keep putting yourselves in positions. We blew 2 late leads, a late lead against Oregon. You obviously saw that in your prep, and one against South Florida. So I was a little leery to sub early tonight. I knew that Kentucky would continue to press probably all the way till the last 1.2 seconds like they did. So no lead's a safe lead in this league. And I'm glad we finished it out. The third quarter, I thought they would come out like they did with a lot of turn up the intensity defensively. I thought we would see the press more. And for the most part, we did handle it, but still work to do in case we wouldn't see these guys again until the tournament, but lots we can learn from.
What's your ceiling with this team? You got great size and you got senior leadership.
I said to him, I think we can honestly start talking about getting a bye in the SEC tournament. We've never done it at Arkansas. 3 years or something. We've been in the SEC. We've never had a bye. So I think we can talk about that. I mean, I think a top to our league is kind of developing. And I think you put Mississippi State in that talk too, the way they've played. But I think if we stay healthy, and that would be our ceiling. The thing I like best though is our basement's changed. At Arkansas prior, when you would have good teams, you would go back to the basement for a few years. I don't think we're there either. I think we're somewhere in the middle. But I like, I like that our ceiling could get there, but I love the fact that our basement's not where it has been historically. And I think that says a bunch about the kids that have stayed here. We've had a lot of kids, the transfer portal, some of these kids minutes early on, they could have transferred, but they've stuck around. They're playing valuable roles. And I think our identity is pretty clear. I don't know how much y'all watch this, but I think you could probably walk out there. You probably saw it in your prep very quickly. They do what they do. And if we can stick to that, and we can have an off night from somebody with that. And I think that's what it says. Okay.
Ethan, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. Hey coach, it felt tonight like, I guess today, Saylor just moved really well without the ball. I know one of them, Miriam, fed her down there. Just, what do you think of the way that she was kind of getting the offense moving?
Well, we've been talking to her about finding some shots that she doesn't have to create for herself. Let her cuts create the shots. Let her positioning create the shots. Miriam and Erin are both unbelievable passers. I mean, Erin had 7 assists today. I think what it says about Saylor is that she's versatile. We already know that we don't have to have her to score for us to be a good team, but when she does start scoring, she also had a lot of family here. I think that gives you an extra pep to your step. They were in the lobby today. We had a great crowd here that traveled. So I'm happy for her because she's really, really hard on herself with a lot of things. She's a perfectionist. And, we win. The first thing she says, I got to cut my turnovers down. I said, well, you can do that after you go celebrate. So I think it just speaks to the maturity of a freshman.
And then things were kind of tight, early in the first quarter. And then Riley came in there, and I think you call them Rileys. She had a few of those, knocked down a big 3. Just what did you feel of her impact on the game today?
Well, I write them those cards. You've seen the cards I write them. I said, this is one of those games where there's going to be about 30 or 40 chances to have what we call Rileys, a tip ball, an offensive rebound, a stick back. But then today I also added, I don't think she's realized that she's percentage-wise been our best 3-point shooter over the last 7 or 8 games and in practice. Said, shoot that thing with confidence. Stop hesitating. And when she made that first one, I was really happy for her. She's a kid that, anybody that watches us knows the value is not on the stat sheet. It's in the lineup efficiencies. And she certainly really got – and I thought Jersey's defense early on when she came in. We didn't lose anything when we went to the bench.
Last thing that I have is, early it was still kind of a struggle shooting, but you kind of gave Kentucky a taste of their own medicine with some points off turnovers and turn them over. Just how big was that today to get the offense going?
Easy baskets on the road are hard. This is a hard shooting environment, especially in the second half. They've got about a 6 million inch screen TV behind the scoreboard. It's the biggest thing I've ever seen. And it's a tough shooting backdrop. And then on the other end, you've got, we had a band, I think it was an alumni band. Is that what that was? An alumni band blaring down there on our end. So it's not the easiest environment. There's a reason that we've haven't won here in 20 years. It's been since 2003, I understand. So there's a reason. It's a tough shooting environment. So getting easy half-court layups, Erin being able to find her way to the basket some, and then a few stick backs. But those are massive on the road because you don't rely. 8 for 25, about what we've been shooting. It's actually a decent percentage for us, but we didn't need to rely on those until they went zone in the second half. Had they not gone zone, I don't think we would have made as many threes, but we would have continued to rack up fouls. That's what we traditionally do, is rack fouls up. But once they went zone, 9 out of 11 is a season high for us, I'm sure, percentage wise.
That's all that I have.
I think Dudley's got his hand up.
Dudley, go ahead.
He's got his Cowboys avatar up. That could be part of the problem. Or all the problem.
Obviously, they had some missing talent.
They did.
But you had a lot of contested shots there. They didn't let up on defense, which, part of the factor in why y'all were so successful early. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's they obviously are without 2 keys, but a Kentucky team, certainly one since back even when Matthew and those guys were here, Kyra keeping it going, that defensive intensity and being aggressive is going to be something that's going to happen. So I'm proud of our kids. We've been getting a little chippy lately. I was as calm as I've been all year on the side. I think that maybe played our kids where they didn't, they weren't worried about all the physical contact. They expected that, they knew it was coming. And I thought we played through it today better. And hopefully that's a learning experience for me. Hopefully it's a learning experience for them, that in the SEC, it's going to happen. So we got a chance to see it on the road against one of the teams that does it as good. This is the SEC, the defending SEC champions. There's a banner up there. Like I said, that they don't have Ryan Howard, and they were missing 2 today. I know that, but this is still a real proud program, and one that we'll cherish a win here.
BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting this season. Everything from the NFL and bowl season to esports. You'll find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and live scores for almost any sport or game imaginable. We're the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite leagues and events. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. That's BLEAV. BetOnline, where the game starts.